So this is video 13, where I'm going to talk about risk of data loss and data corruption in a network environment. I'm going to also discuss about ways that data can be corrupted and what are the steps to minimize the impact of data loss and data corruption in a network environment. So data corruption is an error in computer data that occur during writing, reading, storage, transmission, processing, which introduce unintended changes to the original data. Where program exists, malware, loss of power, voltage spikes, physical hardware issues, connected to the network via wireless router, networking card, cabling. If your file server is sound and it appears only network data is corrupting, your cabling or network card may be faulty. Abnormal application termination. For example, turning off your workstation off with the software still open can corrupt your data. Imagine your workstation is telling a story on your phone and suddenly you hang up on it. So the connection is broke up and your file server is now left to determine stories, meaning after hearing just the initial part. So the application errors or freezing can make resetting your workstation unavoidable, which then can cause data loss or data corruption. Peer-to-peer networking. It is not recommended that we use any of our software on peer-to-peer networks. In traditional network environments, all the critical data is stored on a dedicated file server whose sole function is to provide data to all connected workstations. So in this network, there is no dedicated file server. Instead, data is stored on a workstation acting as a file server. So because this workstation plays a dual role, application performance and stability can be compromised. So when you restart a server or workstation, all the connected workstations are just disconnected. So if the software application is open on a connected workstation, when you restart the workstation or server, the chances of data corruptions are increased. So how can we minimize this data loss and data corruption in a network environment? Operating system, network client 32 by using all this. It is not recommended that you not use these features. That is backup database nightly, validating database often or frequently, using a dedicated server for files, purchasing a UPS for each machine, identifying where sensitive data is at risk, not dependent on traditional network security focus, focusing on data protection solutions, using a managed security provider for data protection, using strong RAID RAID encoding. With RAID, if there is a single error, the others can be compared to determine which one of these things is not like the other, and the data corrected without resorting to have to restore from the backup. So backup to multiple nodes. Use cryptographic hashes like create a cryptographic hashes such as SHA or SHA-256 for any stored data to ensure that the recovered data is identical to what was originally stored. If there is any discrepancy and you are using a redundant store method, you can restore an uncorrupted version of the data. Being able to know and prove that a backup is exactly same as when it was taken is critically for many industries and applications. Using a cloud backup and restores, and these are the main focus how we can save that data loss and what are the things that we can take into consideration. That's all for video number 13. Again, please do let me know if there is anything which I can add for my future references to learn. And that's all. Thank you for watching.